One of the ministers in Canada went running up to the Prime Minister, of course, the Prime Mistake, and he said, Prime Minister, Prime Minister. He said, the subjects, they are revolting. And the Prime Mistake looked at his minister and he said, I'll say. Just saying, that's how he kind of treats his fellow Canadians. He doesn't like them. He hates his own people. He does everything he can to hurt them every day. He's now declined access to the voting records of all politicians for voters to see. I mean, there's an election coming up, but we can't give you information as to who you should vote for, because that's not very nice. We're going to hide it because you might vote for somebody that I don't want you to vote for. You know what? There's never, ever going to be enough taxes for this guy, the Prime Minister of Canada. There's no taxes that he doesn't like. Now, he's working again to make the lives of Canadians difficult and expensive. And now he's come up with this new verbiage called Clean Fuel Standard. I believe that's even in addition to his carbon tax, Clean Fuel Standard. What's going on? I mean, London drugs. I was recently in a London drugstore in British Columbia, Canada. 4 people were in a photo. And there's 1 black person, 2 Chinese people, and 1 white person. You know, white people then in that picture represented 25% of the picture. And the particular town that I was in, there was like 95% of the people there were white. You see this all of the time. Why don't people like white people? I don't get it. I kind of like white. I think white's not bad. Here, out of the stupid thief file, we have a fella in Wichita, Kansas, Charlie Taylor. He was arrested for robbing a shoe store at knife point. Who does that? Anyway, he did, and he stole a bunch of shoes. And he went to court and he pleaded not guilty. And then he put his feet up on the table, and he's wearing a brand new pair of shoes. And of course, they were ones that he stole. And the judge said, where do you get those shoes? And he says, I got them from this particular shoe store. And he even named it. Stupid thief file. You got the former Canadian Prime Minister, Campbell. You know, this is a woman that was put in as a, I don't know what, as a sub, I guess, because the party had been totally destroyed back in the 1980s by all of its people, its founding people, I guess. I think. And in any event, she was Prime Minister for like 3 months, maybe 4, and nobody voted for her. She was just kind of installed, and she was a Justice Minister in the Progressive Conservative Party. Progressive Conservative, that's what a conflicting term. Conservative means right and progressive means left. It's kind of like saying virgin hooker, but in any event, she was the leader of the party, and but as a consequence was a short-term Prime Minister, but she should be charged for fraud. She's a lawyer as well, and the fraud part comes in because she ain't a conservative, and I don't think she's even a progressive. I think she's a socialist, and she makes comments every now and again that kind of sets her out there and kind of keeps her in the public eye. What a preamble, I get it. But this is about President Trump. This is about the hurricane, and she says, I hope it makes a direct hit on his club in Florida. What a thing to say. I mean, that's not nice. I mean, we're talking about a hurricane. I'm sure that her and so many other people like her blame the hurricane, this Dorian, on Trump. It must be his fault. But, you know, it's just like, shut up. I mean, there's a hurricane. People are going to die, and people did die. And she's talking like that. You know, if you had one, it'd be lonely. Is there a history of mental illness in your family? You know, ask your cousins and people that are related to you who they voted for. And if they voted Liberal, guess what? Y'all have it in your family. You come back here tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.